And obviously the city of New Orleans and the people here are a little bit traumatized by what happened on Wednesday with the heavy rain event that we had. So top of mind is, of course, the flooding, and our city council almost flooding expert, Councilmember Joe Giarrusso, is joining us live in the studio tonight to talk a little bit about whether or not we can expect something like that with this storm.
Well, look, what we're hearing from everybody is this is a rainmaker. 10 to 20 inches is significantly more than fell the other day. So we're asking people to be very vigilant and be extremely careful while they're sheltering at home.
Okay.
You know, one of the things we talked about, and I keep mentioning it, the catch basins, which a lot of people are working to keep clear, but a lot of people have questions as to why some of that water stays for so long in certain areas of the city, while with other areas of the city, it seems to recede really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on a couple of different factors. Some of it is how much rain fell in certain areas. There's parts sometimes where it falls 3 or 4 inches more than other areas. Lakeview was spared this time, but Treme got 8 or 9 inches. So that's one issue. The way gravity flows is another issue. Where the pump stations are is another issue. So unfortunately, when we get above 3 or 4 inches, you get into that 6 to 8 to 10 range. It's just too much for the system to handle.
Let's talk a little bit about the level in the lake right now. All of the outfall canal gates are closed at this time.
That's right. So they closed London this morning when it was 3 feet. That's the test there. The other two, Orleans and 17th, got closed at 4 feet later on this afternoon. This is the first time in history that all 9 of the floodgates have been closed.
Wow.
I've been in regular contact with both the levee board and with the Corps of Engineers. They're doing it certainly as a precautionary measure and also to make sure that we don't have any overtopping across the levees.
I mean, just the fact that this is happening and that we're closing these raises my level of concern, because it says to me that their level of concern is pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, my first concern was the overtopping, because I think that's what everybody worries about first.
Well, still talking about it.
Right, that's right. And so the fact that they keep on saying that that's not going to happen and saying it publicly gives me a little bit more confidence. Of course, we're all worried after Katrina about what happened and making sure we're being vigilant and watching. But yes, look, the river's been high. When the river gets high, the lake gets high. All of that storm surge is something everybody should keep an eye on and just keep on watching and making sure they're paying attention, whether it's on their phone or watching you all on TV or the radio.
Yeah, for all of our viewers that are watching right now, obviously we want the city to let everyone know that they are prepared for this. What is it that they need to be doing right now as we speak, even though, again, in 10 minutes, the mayor suggests that everyone go inside, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I came down here so I could be here before 8 o'clock because I thought it was pretty hypocritical to be telling people don't be on the roads and be safe. Look, it's really important for people to stay inside, not only for their own safety, but really more for the police, the fire, the EMS. They're going to have things they're going to deal with. Lines are going to break. Stuff is going to happen. We want to keep the roads safe for them. Please make sure that you're checking on loved ones or individuals. If anybody needs care, call the city. Make sure that you're getting into 911. That system is supercharged right now. They have backup resources. We want to make sure everybody's being safe.
You know, if we learned anything from our down the drain investigation, it's that when we hear all the pumps are working, we're at max capacity, we can handle this, I think people are just skeptical about that at this point. So what are you hearing from the Sewage and Water Board and from your other city officials about whether or not our pumps are going to be able to handle it?
People are skeptical. There's no doubt about that. What you just keep on doing is asking the same questions again and again. What's going on? Is everything working? They say they're at 117 out of 120 pumps. The power's fully there, which is good, which is where you want to be. But look, we're going to have our Public Works meeting as of right now on Tuesday, barring anything going wrong, and we're going to ask Sewage and Water Board all the questions about where is your capacity, how are you looking, because we want to make sure that people are beginning to gain confidence in the system where they possibly can.
Now, are there backup generators and things at all of those different pump stations in case the power goes out, in case we have turbine problems?
Yes. Energy is on call, and the EMDs, the turbine generators that run on diesel fuel, are up and running. There's one that's down, but the other 5 are all fully accessible and ready to roll.
Well, all of our situation is obviously vastly different from the one in Grand Isle, but I mean, Energy being on call, if they can't get to that particular pump because of, we don't know how high the flood levels will get. I mean, what will we have in that situation? What'll happen?
You have the backup. You have the EMDs. That's the biggest thing is right now is having those diesel generators. That's what you got to make sure that's on the ground. Look, there's redundancies built into the system, and even if something goes down at one station, there's these things called electrical feeders that they can bypass and switch into different places. They've gotten pretty decent at it, and trust me, there's been plenty of failures along the way, even within the past couple of years with one place, but they're making sure that they have redundancy built into the system itself, and then the backup power as well.
What's your biggest level or cause for concern? What's your biggest concern moving into this storm making landfall?
The biggest concern was, and still probably to a degree remains, the storm surge. The river's high. You're worried about the lake rising at the same time. I think it's extremely good to see that all 9 of the floodgates are being closed. But look, I represent a district that completely abuts the levee.
Right.
People in Lakeview, people in Uptown, people in Mid-City, Holly Grove are worried about that water overtopping and getting in their houses. So we just want to make sure that as much as possible is being done to prevent that.
And are people, is there a lot of anxiety? I mean, you're hearing that from people?
Yeah, I think people are anxious because you don't know, number one. Number two, there's the skepticism that you mentioned. And then number 3, the system is moving more slowly than we anticipated. And we all know the slower it sits, the more that it produces rain, the more rain it produces, the higher things get. So I think people want to see this thing move as fast as possible.
Yeah.
We heard from Ken Graham with the National Hurricane Center earlier tonight about how the storm surge is expected quite a few hours after this thing actually even makes landfall. And when we see the fact that these triggers are being hit early, before any of the real rainmakers have made their way in or the storm has pushed its way in, that gives me pause.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is the river level is lower than what they originally predicted. They're leaving themselves some room for error. Look, I think people have a reason to be skeptical and watch what's going on, but that's part of the reason why we've tried to be so careful in telling people about this is what the information is, this is what we're seeing, and also all the precautionary measures I think you're also seeing right now. I don't ever remember all the floodgates being closed. I don't remember this level of transparency with Sewage and Water Board about where their power level was.
Well, I feel like there's a demand for it too.
There is.
So.
Well, look, I mean, for those of us who ran for office to almost 2 years ago at this point, it was a big issue for us.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised. Obviously, Lakeview and Mid-City was affected by the last flood, but my Uptown people said we know it could happen to us next.
Yeah.
So I think everybody knows who's tasted Katrina that if it happens in one part of the city, it can happen somewhere else.
So just watch and wait.
Yeah, areas in the city that never flood. Some people say we hardly ever get any flooding. Just Wednesday, it proved wrong. 3 hours of serious rain brought some high flood levels.
Yeah, that when the rain gets to that level, that 6 or 8 inches, there's just not as much the system can do. And look, we need to start also, to be fair, having these conversations about what we're going to do moving forward. Right now is not the time because we're trying to focus on the hurricane, but how can we be taking even more preventative measures than we are right now?
Is there anything that people can do from now until after landfall to help the situation?
The biggest thing they can do is really shelter in place. The other thing is if you are driving, please try and stay off the flooded streets. I can't tell you how many complaints we get from people about somebody going too fast down the street.
Causing a wake down there.
That's right,
Yeah.
and displacing all the water and then getting it further into people's. Be considerate. That's really the best advice I can give right now. Is just be thoughtful while you're riding out the hurricane.
And what are you watching?
Well, I'm watching WWL, of course,
Wow.
and all the media outlets. What I'm really trying to do is manage my phones right now and see what the Army Corps is telling us, what the National Weather Service is telling us. Of course, we're in constant contact with the mayor's office, and just trying to make sure nothing changes. I think right now we all feel pretty good about where things are headed, but if there's any sudden changes, we want to make sure we can get that out to people as quickly as possible.
All right, we hope that you will tell us as soon as you hear it.
If anything changes, y'all will be among the first to know.
All right, I hope so, especially given all the reporting that we've done on all of this and the fact that, I think a lot of these changes that people are demanding from the Sewage and Water Board are the result of that and your work and your efforts with the Public Works Committee.
Yeah, well, you got to fix something by shining a light on it. And so I think Sewage and Water Board, particularly under the leadership of Mr. Corbin, have done a really good job of being more transparent than we've seen in the past. And we're going to continue to ask that remains the case so people can start to regain some confidence in the system.
You guys have put a lot of social media posts out there, and right now a lot of people are really relying on it. It's some of us for pictures and videos and information right now. Where can people follow you and maybe follow the Sewage and Water Board so that they can get more information?
So I'm at CM Giarrusso. Unfortunately, my name is so long, it's hard to spell. But if you get close to typing it right, you'll get close. Sewage and Water Board is at, I think, SWBNO. NOLA Ready also is a wonderful resource as well. And look, try and follow the public officials as much as you can because we all get some different pieces of information and we're constantly trying to retweet either ourselves or through our staff.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Councilmember Joe Giarrusso. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
4 minutes, you got to get home.
Yeah.
All right.
Clock's ticking.
All right.